Start remembering what you hear. Start remembering what you hear. Start remembering what you hear. If you don't like the product, keep your mouth shut. It's as simple as that.
I got a movie idea, guys. Nephews in Space.
Nephews in Space.
Nephews in Space.
What? Just two nephews don't know each other?
No, that you put your nephews into space.
Our nephew? I don't have a nephew.
No, it's a movie. You know, the nephews in space. People put their nephews in space.
What purpose would this be?
Why would we
Because
wanna kill
the plot of
them?
the movie, everybody who has a brother who has kids, they're bound to have nephews to get rid of the boys. It's for the aliens to come in because you have all the men of Earth, the young men of Earth, going to space.
Yeah, as bait for the aliens.
No, so the world can't repopulate.
We've got to keep repopulating.
Yeah,
But no, that the aliens.
we don't want
it.
aliens. Were you not here earlier when we said we don't want aliens to come to?
That's what I'm saying.
We want to hold our
That's why
ground
the
here.
aliens are doing that, so they could take over our planet.
Who's
in the
doing
movie.
what? I thought we put the nephews.
No,
Not the aliens.
The aliens disguise themselves as humans, right?
As
and
nephews.
Then they coerced the leaders of men, of humanity, to put their
Send their
nephews.
nephews.
The leaders
in
of
space,
Gondor.
right?
Yeah.
Get what I mean? Good movie.
So the
idea?
nephews are the aliens, and we put them there to send them back home.
The nephew's parents are aliens.
No, the leaders of the world have been coerced by aliens that are disguised as humans.
Nephews.
And they say, send your nephews to space.
But why would you do that?
So the aliens could take over the world.
These parents of these nephews are not going to just go along
Yeah,
with
they're
this.
terrible.
No, there's going to be a
parents.
whole big spiel. Because when this movie comes out, it'll be 100 years of nephews in space.
I still don't think that a parent would.
No, but see,
Okay, so in real life, we're actually gonna. In real life, you plan to actually shoot nephews into space,
And this
then
movie,
make a movie
is a
about
documentary
that?
of it.
Yeah.
Never
Is this a
mind.
biopic about nephews in space? Are there already nephews in space? Are you trying to tell us that you sent your nephew into space?
Buzz Aldrin, right? He
Yeah.
went to space. He was obviously a nephew of somebody.
Well, that's not necessarily
Yeah.
true.
But he's not just some random nephew. He's a well-trained astronaut nephew.
He chose to go. You're
he chose to
talking
go to
like
space.
we're shooting nephews out of cannons.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Shooting
Or
nephews
with
out of
giant
cannons.
rubber bands.
There's a reason why G.M. Chuck is on the radio and not in Hollywood making movies. And I think
Or in
everyone just
space.
got a taste of why
It'd be
he's
better
here.
than it would be better than nieces in space. You gotta say that, right?
Do you have a nephew?
No, I do not.
That's why you want to send him to space. He has a
Yeah.
nephew and he loves his nephew.
You hate my nephew?
No, I'm saying it'd be a good
You want
movie
my nephew
idea.
to
You're a
die in
nephew
space?
murderer.
You want my nephew to implode in space?
You want his
and-
nephew
No,
to
they
be
say about
dead?
on spaceships, but here's what happened in the movie. The nephews rise up and they attack the alien.
They can't do that. They're
occupiers.
floating dead in space. And
No,
the
they
nephew
send
corpses.
them up into spaceships into colonies.
How are a bunch of 8-year-old nephews supposed to go into space, survive in space?
Some nephews in space have been up there for 30 years. So you have some 40, 30, 50
But
year
they
old
still
nephews.
think they're 8
But they're not
because
my
they all
nephews.
became. They don't have years anymore. They don't have concept of years
Yeah.
because they're in a spaceship.
They're still educated. Come on, guys.
Moon education, space education, that's meaningless down here.
We don't have schools on the moon.
Are aliens that are disguised as humans, are they the ones teaching the space nephews everything? Is that what this is?
Principles
Yeah,
of
but-
the world are aliens.
God.
All the principals, all the teachers are aliens.
Well, see, you didn't tell me when you brought up this crazy unfundable nephew movie that they were going to be sent in spaceships and not just thrown into space. Their little bodies freezing inside out.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I
could-
expected.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
Yeah, but they're sending them up on spaceships. They're going into orbital colonies, you know. You get what I mean now? And then the aliens will be pushed back out of planet Earth by the nephews in space because they learned.
Too many nephews up in space. It's just going to overcrowd space.
I mean, you ain't got to worry about dust
They're going to
anymore.
find out what's going on Earth, and they're going to save the day and kick the alien oppressors out. And then we'll steal their alien technology, and we'll progress.
Think about this. You've been talking about this dust that will wreck you in space this whole time?
Yeah.
You ever been hit by a nephew in space?
Yeah, that would.
Think about that. You're endangering all the nephews by putting other nephews around them.
Yeah, but they're going to be in a controlled environment. On a space...
They'll
on an
fight.
Orbital
Kids
colony.
fight.
Orbital colony.
Teenagers fight.
All the time.
They're going to fight. You just can't put 4 nephews in a room together and expect them to get along and be smart.
Then if they're from different families, they'll become friends.
They're
They'll become friend nephews in space.
They'll be shirtless, brawling each other.
Yeah.
Trading Pokemon cards.
Do what nephews do.
That's all. Trading
Trade Pokemon cards.
You want a bunch of nephews
Go
in
sled
space
riding.
fighting over holographic Charizards like they're still rare.
I would say these are still around. But anyway, but that's my movie idea. It would probably never work, but I thought I'd mention it.
Yeah. So
You
if there's
guys
any-
are jerks.
If there's any movie producers out there, GM Chuck, he just gave you his movie idea about nephews in space. And yeah, if you want to
'Cause
finance
what's it better than? Nieces in space.
Well, that's like saying this peanut is better than this peanut because this peanut is a peanut and that one is also a peanut. Or
Well, you could say this peanut is better than that peanut because this peanut is mine.
or you could say the same thing for turds. I'm not
There you
trying
go.
to say that GM Chuck's Nephews in Space movie is a turd, but I am insinuating it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm not saying it because that would be mean to him.
He's not directly stating that, but I think you know what,
That's
what
rude.
he means.
He's implying.
You know what he
folks.
means.
I'm not even implying. I'm orbiting around an implication.